name is Hunt.
Where I get
his name is Jacob, and your name is Hammond. You say his name came from grandma. He been there for everything. I'm getting married in January. He's supposed to walk me down this aisle.
Somebody that I personally knew face to face was messing around with Miss McIntyre around the same time I was messing around with Miss McIntyre.
So do you have that proof here?
Again, hold on, not only that.
Do you have that proof here? No.
And inspire and motivate you all to be better for this child so that she's not standing where you're standing right now with her opening statement being, well, I ain't never had a father.
The episode starts with the judge introducing the case of McIntyre versus Wilson. Ms. McIntyre, standing side by side with her mom, confidently declares that Mr. Wilson is the biological dad of her 3-year-old son, Jay-Sean. Strap in, because things are about to get wild.
This is the case of McIntyre versus Wilson.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Ms. McIntyre, you and your mother stand before me claiming that you are 100% certain that Mr. Wilson is your 3-year-old son, Jay-Sean's biological father.
You're not ready for this curveball. The judge notes Ms. McIntyre's stance that Mr. Wilson's paternity doubts stem from his desire to remain single. Meanwhile, Mr. Wilson fires back, armed with what he claims is a mountain of evidence proving Ms. McIntyre's infidelities, which fuels his skepticism. Hold on to your popcorn. It's about to go down.
You say the only reason he has doubt is because he wants to live a single life. Mr. Wilson, you say you have more evidence than this court has ever seen to prove that Ms. McIntyre cheated on you numerous times, and therefore you are not her son's father.
Just when you thought it was just another day in court, Ms. McIntyre dives into the backstory of their romance, which blossomed over Facebook chats and shared selfies, promises of a happy family floating in the digital ether. This online fairy tale quickly sets the scene for their less than magical first encounter. Brace yourselves, the next part is a doozy.
How did this relationship begin?
We was talking on Facebook. He shared a couple of pictures with me. He shared a picture like this. I thought he was very cute. He said he was gonna take care of me and my daughter.
You had never met?
No, we never met before. So we finally wanted to meet up. When he got off the bus, I seen this. He catfished me. I did not expect this getting off the bus, no. I wanted him to go back.
This is where the plot thickens. Ms. McIntyre talks about the shock of their first face-to-face meeting, labeling it a classic catfish moment as Mr. Wilson didn't quite match up to his profile pics. This mismatch between expectation and reality throws a wrench into their budding relationship. What happens next? You guessed it, more twists.
Bring up that other picture.
From this picture to this picture, no, I did not. I'm like, what happened? Like, I wanted to see this, but I got this.
Is it a totally different picture or is it just good angles?
It's good angles.
What can I show you?
Or something, I don't know.
Did you try to catfish her, Mr. Wilson?
Lies.
Grab your seats, folks. Amidst a fiery exchange, Mr. Wilson ambiguously concedes he might be Jay-Sean's father, although his doubts linger due to Ms. McIntyre's supposed escapades. As the tension builds, prepare for the next revelation. It's a real jaw-dropper.
You saw what you saw. You felt to go with what you wanted to see. Okay. We made it happen, and then bam.
Oh, you
that's
made
where
what
it
happen?
was.
You made what happen?
We made it happen.
What happened?
Point blank period.
And then
Never
bam,
made
what?
it happen,
Bam, you
baby.
made a baby?
Yeah.
So are you admitting then that this is your child?
I want to be honest. I'm not here to say I'm denying my kid, but at the same time too.
Buckle up for this roller coaster. The debate shifts to Jay-Sean's birth, with Ms. McIntyre and her mom insisting they tried to reach Mr. Wilson during labor, a claim he vehemently denies, insisting he was only called post-birth. The stakes are high, and the drama intensifies in the upcoming clips.
After the fact he was conceived, I wasn't at the hospital.
No,
I wasn't
not
none
at
of
the
that.
hospital.
None of that, because they didn't want me to be there.
He didn't have, why wouldn't we want him to be there?
Period, because she don't like, just like I don't like her.
He didn't have a
So
ride.
she
That
don't
was
want me
his
to- For real,
that was
'cause she
his
said
excuse.
they claim.
He didn't have a ride. I called him when she was in labor.
Never.
I called him from the hospital room.
This next bit is staggering. The judge probes about child support, highlighting Mr. Wilson's lack of involvement and financial support for Jay-Sean. Ms. McIntyre confirms she's working on making it official. Hang tight, because the courtroom is about to erupt with the DNA results.
He was called when I wasn't in so much pain, and we were sitting in the room. Okay. When her pain subsided. Okay.
At that day.
When her pain subsided, then she said, "Ma, we got to call Mr. Wilson."
And you did?
Yes, she did, and she talked to him, but I was in the same room.
And you remember this conversation?
Yes, I do.
Miss McIntyre, so you're saying he's incorrect when he says he wasn't even notified?
He was notified the day she was notified, the day she went in labor.
This part is a game changer. Mr. Wilson alleges he's got texts proving Ms. McIntyre was seeing other people during their time together. He believes these messages justify his doubts about fatherhood. The courtroom's atmosphere is electric, public as the DNA results loom. It's almost time for the big reveal.
Why do you doubt Jay Sean is your biological?
Because I have got Texas family members, people getting their feelings, and that's what I love about people, because people getting their feelings get mad. That's when true stories come out.
What are the stories?
Supposedly, I got texts that somebody that I personally knew face to face was messing around with Miss McIntyre around the same time I was messing around with Miss McIntyre.
So do you have that proof here?
Again, hold on, not
Do you
only
have that proof here? No.
You'll want to hear this. At the climax, the judge announces that DNA tests.
Mr. Wilson, you are his father.
Told you. Told
I
you.
needed to know.
You ought to be ashamed.
I needed to know that. I needed to know that.
Can you feel the tension in the air? The courtroom is buzzing as siblings Mr. Razor and Mr. Hunt bring their parents to court, demanding a paternity test after a bombshell was dropped during a recent family spat. They argue that they overheard their parents during an argument revealing that Mr. Jacobs might not actually be their biological father. This shocking revelation has thrown their whole family into a whirlwind of doubt and confusion. Just when you thought family dinners were drama enough, wait till you see what's up next.
You and your brother, Mr. Hunt, are suing your mother and your father for a paternity test. You say in the heat of the moment they inadvertently revealed that it was possible your dad, Mr. Jacobs, is not biological father.
Talk about a plot twist. Ms. Razor takes the stand to recount the explosive argument that blew the lid off this family secret. She explains how her mother, Ms. Ham, blurted out in anger something that wasn't supposed to be taken literally, suggesting it was all said in the spur of the moment. The stakes are high and the courtroom hangs on every word. But hold on, it gets even juicier from here.
The kitchen saying, those ain't my kids anyway, so I was doing you a favor and left out the door.
Your mother made a comment that really didn't sit too well with me, and it hurt me.
You know I was just mad. You know I was mad. I just was just mad.
You won't believe your ears. Mr. Hunt steps in to add his side of the story, having also overheard the fateful argument while he was in the middle of a video game session. The news hit him like a ton of bricks, suddenly turning an ordinary gaming night into a real-life drama episode. This revelation shows just how unexpected this family crisis was, bursting into what was a chill evening. The saga continues, and trust me, you don't want to miss what comes next.
Playing video games with my friends, I overheard what he said, and it messed me up. And when he walked out the house, I was sitting in.
This as well.
Yes, I did. Me and my friends, actually. And I was just sitting there like, whoa.
We was having a get together. Everybody was at the house.
Yes, I did, Your Honor, but I don't believe my children heard the whole comment.
Now hear this response. Mr. Jacobs is grilled about his earlier statement, and Ms. Razor challenges him directly, demanding to know why he would say such a thing if it weren't true. The court dives deep into the emotional turmoil this statement has caused, stirring up a family storm that's hard to calm. Buckle up, because the emotional roller coaster is about to take another wild turn.
It had me so stressed out, Your Honor, where I went Facebook and I thought the whole world was.
And you know I'm the stronger one. Even though I'm the little sister, I act like the big sister, but all right, Mom.
Because
so
they didn't hear
for
the
him
whole
to make
comment.
that statement, why did you make that statement? Why did you say what you said?
Because maybe he's not your father, Precious.
What you
Maybe he's
mean? What you
not.
mean?
Maybe he's not. I don't know. Maybe he's not.
Grab your tissues. For this heartfelt confession, Ms. Razor passionately testifies about how Mr. Jacobs has been a rock in her life, attending all her important milestones. This testimony highlights the deep emotional connections at risk here, emphasizing what's truly at stake with the disputed paternity. And just when you think it can't get more emotionally charged, the next testimony will definitely tug at your heartstrings.
Is there something that you need to tell me?
I don't know. I don't know who's the father. I just don't know. I don't
Okay,
know.
so explain a different last name. His name is Hunt.
Where I get Hunt
His name is Jacob.
Where I
And
get
your
Hunt
name is
from?
Hammond. You say his name came from grandma.
I
I'm
know.
getting married in January. He's supposed to walk me down this aisle.
The room is thick with anticipation as truths start to unravel. In a dramatic twist, Ms. Razor demands clarity about her paternity, her voice filled with desperation and a yearning for truth amidst the emotional chaos that has engulfed her relationships and mental well-being. This heart-wrenching plea for answers is a poignant moment in the courtroom drama. Fasten your seatbelt, because the story takes a sudden and dramatic turn just around the corner.
The whole neighborhood. But I never doubted the fact that he was my father, because he's always been there no matter what.
Mr. Farmer, the man in question, has agreed to take a paternity test, and he's joining us from his hometown. And you agreed to take a DNA test.
Yes, I was at that cookout.
Right, you
so,
said that.
and
Just one second.
Everyone's on the edge of their seats for this one. As the judge prepares to reveal the DNA test results, the tension in the courtroom is palpable, with every participant bracing for the impact of the findings. This crucial moment could either mend or forever alter family bonds that have been deeply questioned throughout the episode. Keep watching. The reaction to these results is something you just can't make up.
Play, brother. You're not not related biologically. You're not real sister and brother.
It was. I didn't know he existed.
You wasn't
You
supposed
never
to know
knew
I
he existed?
No, you're right. You're right. I should have known you.
I didn't do
You know what?
anything to your family.
It's the moment of truth, literally. The DNA test results are finally revealed.
Mr. Jacob, you are not Hector's father.
Oh, you is scandalous.
No.
Can you handle what's coming up? Miss Manning drags Mr. Haynes to court to clear up the paternity mess of her 4-year-old Zoe. Initially, Manning was all, "You're the dad" to Haynes, but now she's flipped the script. As they hash it out in court, Mr. Haynes is adamant that Zoe is his kid, suggesting Manning's change of heart has to do with another dude now in the picture. You won't believe the curveballs in the next segment.
You have brought Ms. Manning to court today to prove that you are the father of her 4-year-old daughter, Zoe. You say Ms. Manning initially told you that you were Zoe's dad, but now is claiming you are not her father. You previously appeared in this court with another man claiming to be Zoe's father.
I know Zoe's my child. Miss Manning is keeping her from me because she has another gentleman in the picture, and that's why I came to you for the answers.
No way did that just happen. The courtroom drama heats up as Miss Manning firmly denies Mr. Haynes is Zoe's biological father, pointing to some serious calendar discrepancies. She lays out their shaky timeline, which only muddies the waters more. Meanwhile, Haynes stands his ground, convinced Zoe is his based on their resemblance and his gut feeling. Buckle up, because the stakes are about to get even higher.
Was it a committed relationship, Ms. Manning?
Yes, Your Honor.
How long after that did you find out you were pregnant, Ms. Manning?
We broke up in the middle of October, and I
That's a lie. We actually broke up in November of 2013.
And you know that for certain?
Yes.
Because
it was actually at one of my friends. She just gave birth, and we were both at the hospital, and we were dating at that time.
This roller coaster isn't slowing down. The spat gets juicier as Manning admits she sent Haynes a pic of Zoe, which got him thinking he might actually be the dad. Despite her steadfast claim of multiple potential daddies, the timing and nature of their past relationship spark more fiery debate. Keep watching. The next chapter of this saga is just around the corner, and it's a doozy.
So that made you immediately think, this is my daughter, too?
Yes.
So you say he asked for the picture, Ms. Manning. You all were just having conversation, or he just reached out to you out of the blue and said, I want to see a picture of Zoe?
I reached out to him.
And what did you say?
I had a baby, and it's a possibility she's yours.
And so he said, send me a picture, and that's what you sent.
I've never told him he was the father, and I've never told him he wasn't the father. It's always been, there's a possibility.
Are you keeping up with this chaos? Dive deeper into the tangled history and explosive exchanges between Miss Manning and Mr. Haynes. They revisit past messages and the emotional havoc wrought by this paternity circus. The court works overtime trying to piece together the fractured details of their connection and the real story behind the paternity claim. The next turn in this tale is just moments away, and it's a real jaw-dropper.
Have you tried to be a father at all to Zoe, Mr. Haynes? Have you been a part of her life?
I have tried to reach out to her. I have talked to her once. When I did talk to her, Miss Manning told me not to mention that I was the father. She just told me to keep, I'm a family friend of the family, so.
And how old was she when you talked?
Probably going to say around 2, because for the longest time, I was not the father.
You thought it was intense before? Check this out. Mr. Haynes opens up about how this paternity uncertainty has turned his life upside down, expressing frustration over the never-ending drama and his longing for the truth. Manning counters, questioning the certainty of his claims and suggesting their emotional entanglements have clouded the truth. The air is thick with tension, and the next revelation is set to explode.
You are the father, you are not the father.
Yes.
She's doing this. What's her motive?
She likes to play mind games. She don't know who the actual real father is.
You can step back to your podium. Ms. Manning, what is your relationship with the other possible father?
Rights to Zoe. I have full custody.
Does he believe he's her biological father?
When I gave birth to her, he signed a paper that said he believed Zoe was his child.
This moment is pivotal. Don't blink or you'll miss it. As the verdict looms, the courtroom scrutinizes how the paternity results might reshape Zoe's future. Both parents spill their hopes and fears, painting a vivid picture of the emotional stakes at play. The judge is ready to drop the DNA bombshell, a revelation that promises to shake everyone involved.
Despite what your gut says to you, you hope Mr. Haynes is her biological father?
Yes.
What are your hopes, Mr. Haynes?
I just want to find out the truth because it's been almost 4 years of going back and forth that I'm the father. So I just want the proof.
And you want to be her father?
Yes.
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Haynes, you are not the father.
Grab your popcorn. The drama unfolds. Ms. Mellerson takes the stand with a heart heavy with uncertainty, revealing a tangled web of potential paternity involving two possible dads for her 11-month-old daughter Chelsea. She drops the bombshell that initially Mr. Williams was told he wasn't the father, but plot twist, now she claims he might be. This spicy revelation sets the courtroom abuzz with anticipation. Just when you think you've seen it all, the next statement adds another layer of intrigue.
Because there are two different men who may have fathered your 11-month-old daughter, Chelsea. Now, Mr. Williams, you claim the plaintiff initially told you that you were not the father. And Mr. Merritt, you say it's your deepest hope today that the test proves are Chelsea's biological father.
You can't make this stuff up. In a riveting turn of events, Ms. Mellerson confesses to playing musical chairs with her affections, cheating on Mr. Merritt with Mr. Williams. She spills the beans about their complex entanglements, while Mr. Williams is quick to clarify that their bond was all about the physical, dismissing any notions of a romantic saga. With a brisket was just a hookup, but keep your eyes peeled, the thermostat in the room is about to go up.
And from there, it just began with our relationship.
Your Honor, it was never a relationship.
It was a sexual relationship. First
we had
of all,
sex twice.
He is lying because number one, Your Honor, this man right
Honor,
here, I don't know what he's trying to cover up.
Ask her how many times have we ever left my house.
Buckle up for a bumpy ride. Amidst the roller coaster of testimonies, Mr. Williams admits to the casual fling, emphasizing that romance wasn't in the cards, just the birds and the bees. The judge chimes in, reminding everyone that it only takes one tango to start a family, to which the audience responds with applause. Hang tight, because this ride takes another wild turn in just a moment.
That's why you're a potential father.
I am 22 years old. Stacey is 38 years old. I don't know what he's trying to cover up, but baby, trust and believe me, you were sleeping with me and her at the same time.
Just when you thought it couldn't get more heated, the courtroom becomes a verbal battlefield as Mr. Williams and Ms. Mellerson clash over the nature of their past encounters. The judge cuts through the noise, pointing out that it only takes one encounter to be in the running for fatherhood. Fasten your seatbelts, the emotional turbulence is about to increase.
It only takes once, though.
Right,
So
and my point is that
why he's here. You find out you're pregnant. Who do you tell?
The first person I told was Mr. Williams. When I called him on the phone, that it was a possibility of my ex being my child's father.
Telephone tag gone wrong. Ms. Mellerson details the saga of her ever-changing phone number, illustrating the communication chaos that ensued during her pregnancy. This lack of contact added a layer of complexity to the already muddled paternity question. Watch out, the next revelation might just be a game changer.
When she called
Did you change your number after you told him you're pregnant?
I just changed my number. I change my number at least every 6 months.
May have changed your number.
I may have changed my number, but he don't remember me going to his house. I had gave him papers showing him that I was pregnant.
Sparks fly, and not the good kind. The tension escalates as accusations about who tried to contact whom and who ignored whom dominate the conversation. This fiery exchange highlights deep-seated issues of trust and responsibility, pivotal to the heart of the case. Brace yourselves. The emotional fireworks are just getting started.
Did you try to contact her?
No.
I tried to call her phone. She had a different number. She don't have the same number. The next time I heard from her, that's when she sent me the text message. And it turned around and it said, "I'm glad you're not the father.
And
you would have been a deadbeat."
Frustration is in the air. Ms. Mellerson doesn't hold back, venting her frustrations about the potential father's reluctance to acknowledge their possible roles in her daughter's life. Her passionate declaration underscores the emotional stakes involved. But wait, there's more drama brewing on the horizon.
I lost my license in October. I got my license back in April of 2012. And that's when I came to him and told him. I told him there's a possibility. Saying these are grown men acting like there is no possibility to be a father to my child. There is a possibility of you being my child's father.
Okay.
Judge Lake steps in, trying to untangle the knot of testimonies and responsibilities, aiming to steer the ship towards a resolution. Her efforts highlight the court's role in navigating through personal conflicts and legal entanglements to safeguard the child's future. Stay tuned, the emotional roller coaster is about to hit another loop.
So while I'm trying to figure out why is this man in doubt and you chirping off on the side so I can't hear him, if this turns out to be your daughter's father, I at least want to understand where is he coming from and inspire and motivate you all, child, so that she's not standing where you standing right now. Well, I ain't never had a father.
A glimmer of hope amid the chaos. Mr. Merritt shares his heartfelt desire to be a father, regardless of the genetic link, reflecting a touching commitment that transcends the court's drama. Ms. Mellerson sees a resemblance between Chelsea and Mr. Merritt, adding a sweet note to the sour proceedings. But hold on, the moment of truth is rapidly approaching.
When Tyrone had his hair, him and the baby had the same hair, the same hairline, and they have a big forehead.
are many days I sit in this very seat and I watch men wait for the chance to avoid responsibility. This is one of them where I see a young man who's willing to step up and take responsibility and really, really wants.
Cue the dramatic music. The results are in.
And Mr. Williams, you are not the father. Mr. Merritt, you are not the father.